Hi, my name is Kevin Johnson, and I recently published a new book. The title is Computer Simulation for Pharmaceutical Scientists. I wrote this book for scientists working on drug discovery and development to help them develop physiologically based pharmacokinetic models. These models reduce the time and expense to bring new drugs to the market by quickly identifying the issues that need to be addressed. Although tailored for pharmaceutical scientists, anyone interested in the techniques of computer simulation would benefit. What's unique about my book? It's the only book I know of that provides open source research-ready code to describe the fate of drug in the body. The code is explained with the goal of teaching you how to write your own code so that you can customize the models. The book contains code examples that allow you to do sophisticated simulations immediately, but they also provide a framework for you to build upon so that you can incorporate your own ideas. How do you get started? My book's available online from Amazon. It costs $99, and it's the most expensive component that you'll need, assuming you have an up-to-date Windows-based computer. You'll also need to download Visual Studio from Microsoft. The community version is free. Let me walk you through the process so you can see how it's done. I've navigated to my company's homepage, Intellipharm.com. Select Code Examples and Corrections. There are links on this page to everything you need to get started. This link takes you to a page where you can order my book. And this link takes you to a Microsoft page where you can download Visual Studio and get help if you need it. Select Download Visual Studio. Select the community version, which is free. Don't forget to complete Step 4. You should select the .NET Desktop Development Workload because it will give you access to Visual Basic, the computer language I use in the book. This page also contains links to all the code examples in the book. I'll select the first one, the Runge-Kutta method, to demonstrate how you can quickly start using these code examples. Select all the code and copy. Now it's in your clipboard. I've already installed Visual Studio, so I'll open it now. Here's the icon. Select Create New Project. You can see there are many options. I've selected the Visual Basic language and narrowed the options to the Windows Classic desktop ones. I'm only going to discuss the Console app and the Windows Form app. The Console app doesn't have a graphical user interface. All parameters like solubility must be entered at the command line. The Windows Form app allows you to design a graphical user interface where the user will input parameters. The basic code is the same for both apps, and it's easy to add an interface once you understand the code explained in my book. Let's create a console app now and name it Demo. You are now seeing the integrated development environment of Visual Basic. Some code is automatically added to help you get started, but this code is already included in the Runge-Kutta example, so I've copied it from my website, so I'm going to delete it. Select everything and use the backspace key to delete it so you don't clear the clipboard. Now paste the Runge-Kutta method. This is the basic method that solves all the differential equations in my book. The only thing you need to change is the path and file name for the file containing the simulated data. The path on line 16 is specific for my computer. I'm going to add desktop to the path so we can quickly find the file. Select Start to run the code. It's finished, so let's exit and look for the file. Here's the file. It's the same as figure 3.1 on page 11 of my book. This exercise is also described in my book to get you acquainted with the mechanics of using the code examples from my website and the integrated development environment of Visual Basic. Let's return to Visual Studio to see the difference between a console app and a Windows Form app. I've already developed a Windows Form app called Intellipharm Simple. Let's open it. I'll show you the different levels. This level is for designing the interface, and this one is for writing the underlying code. The two are linked so that when you run the code, it uses parameter values entered on the interface by the user. I've already compiled this app into an executable file. Let's exit and see it in action. Here's the executable file. You are now seeing the active graphical user interface that was developed using the Visual Basic integrated development environment that we just exited from. This app simulates drug dissolution, absorption, and metabolism, and was developed from some of the code examples in my book. Other examples in the book will allow you to increase the functionality, like drug precipitation. I've included a text box at the top to allow the user to choose where the simulation will be saved. The default is my desktop. I'll change the absorption rate constant to 0.03. But I'll leave the clearance at 0 so that it will simulate dissolution and absorption, but not clearance. Let's run it. You can see a new file on the desktop. Let's open it and see what it looks like. It's easier to see the results of the simulation if we graph it. Let's close this file and graph it with Excel. Open Excel. Open a blank workbook. Select Data from Text. And the file's on our desktop, so we'll select Desktop. There's the file. This window shows the data. The columns are delimited by a space, so select Delimited, next, and space as the delimiter, and then Finish. Select the columns of simulated data, select Insert, and I'm going to use a chart or scatter chart. The independent axis is time. This curve is the amount of solid drug remaining in the GI tract with time. This curve is the amount of solid dissolved drug in the GI tract with time. And this is the amount of absorbed drug in the body. If you would like to have this application, please let me know, and I would be happy to share it with you. The purpose of this video is to give you some information on my book and to show you how you can take advantage of the code examples in the book and also on my website. I hope you'll buy the book, work through the code examples, and be inspired to learn to write code to develop customized models that accomplish your goals. You may have many questions because this video has been brief. If so, please visit my website, Intellipharm.com, or email me at kjohnson@intellipharm.com. Thank you for watching my video.